Hector Rodriguez, and he is a 19-year-old, and he's with the Single A affiliate with the Cincinnati Reds. He's 5'8", 186 pounds. I'm going to let you go, man. You're really excited about this guy.
Yeah, I think there's just something about Hector Rodriguez that strikes my fancy. And it's not just that he's with the Cincinnati Reds. Okay, so let's detail this a little bit. So Hector Rodriguez, who's diminutive, like Jose Altuve, as an example, also plays second base. He's a strong lad. He's 190 pounds, 5'8", 190, pretty built guy. Just turned 19 3 days ago. Happy birthday, Hector. Was an 18-year-old through the entire season, will be a 19-year-old through this entire season. Signed out of the Dominican Republic by the Mets. Started last year, 2021, in the DSL level. He hit 301 with a 376 OBP and a 472 slugging percentage. This is just 141 plate appearances, but he did hit 3 home runs and stole 6 bases. He was caught stealing 8 times. I know you don't like that, Brian. I don't blame you. But he did show some ability to put the bat on the ball as a 17-year-old. So this season, starting with the Mets at their rookie level, he was eventually traded to the Cincinnati Reds. He spent time at the rookie level and then a little bit of time at Single A with the Reds. He overall in the season got 196 plate appearances, which is just shy, 4 plate appearances short of qualifying for our main list for prospect rankings, which is those peak projection lists. So just barely missed the cutoff, but he is, of course, on our 2022 only leaderboard. But overall in the season, he hit 333 with a 372 OBP and a 536 slugging percentage. So this is a guy that hits for average. He doesn't walk a lot. He almost never strikes out either. So he's a contact. He's putting the ball in play, but he's hitting it pretty hard too. He had 3 home runs on the season, and he stole 16 bases with a much improved 6 caught stealing, which you'll probably enjoy, Brian. So in our single season board, he ranked all the way up at number 11 overall, which is pretty impressive. What they're projecting for him is somebody that is much like I described, puts the bat on the ball. They're projecting a 126.6 peak WRC plus, a batting average of 279, an OBP of 321, which is a little low. But again, we're talking about a guy that's putting the ball in play, and a 479 slugging percentage. They love his counting stats: 20 home runs per 600 plate appearances on average, and 25 stolen bases per 600 plate appearances on average. So pretty good counting stat numbers. And get this is something that endlessly interests me. His peak projections have him at only a 6% walk rate, which is real low, and usually I'm not a fan of that. But earlier in the night, we talked about Miguel Blaze, and he was at 5%. So Hector Rodriguez slightly above that, but his K rate is only 9%. So he can hit everything. I mean, that's what this is saying. That's much like a Jose Altuve coming up too. If they can put the bat on the ball and put it on there well, then they're gonna, And I'm hopeful that means he'll learn how to hit as he matures, because he'll be throwing some stuff that it's going to be a little harder to hit well. So I think he's got an interesting profile. It's somewhat in between like an Altuve and, he could float between Altuve or Felix Valerio, or maybe even somebody like Wander Franco. Not quite as nice as, or not quite as pristine as somebody like a Wander Franco, but I think he's really intriguing. He's somebody that I want to roster where I can.
To me, this does not look like a 20 home run player.
Yeah, they think he's going to grow into power. I see that too. You could look at his slugging percentage. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, again, as you, to your point, like that's looking at those doubles and those triples too.
Yep.
But
Which I think is fair, especially the triples.
yeah.
I mean, having 10 triples, that's pretty awesome.
But hitting the ball pretty well for a guy that's young
Yeah.
for the level. I mean, single A at 18.
Yeah, career 320 hitter.
Yep.
And then having a lot of extra base hits. I'm really concerned about the 14 caught stealings. He does have 22 stolen bases, which is nice, but he got caught stealing 14 times.
He looks like he's a very athletically built guy. I'm surprised that he was that first year caught stealing so much. He looks like he would be fast. I don't know. Some people thought I looked like I would be fast too, and I wasn't. So
there's a lot of timing in stealing a bag. It's not just about speed, so that can be learned.
True. Yep.
I totally think that can be learned. If you got speed, it's fine. You just got to figure out the timing of it.
Yeah, he only grades out with 45 speed on Fangraphs, so they're not seeing there being a lot of speed there. They don't think he's got as much power as Scout the Statline is projecting out either, but they do think he's got a pretty solid hit tool as we were seeing. So we'll see. I mean, it's a
mixed bag.
I mean, this is definitely a speculation, right? But he's one of my guys that I'm putting in my corner for this next year to say, like, if it does work out, I'm taking a victory lap. Let's go, Hector. Come on.